Ladies and gentlemen, hailing from Cleveland, Ohio, I give you BVO.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO.
Yo, what's good? What's good? Welcome to another episode of BVO Boxing. It's your boy D Free. I'm gonna be running things today. BVO is taking care of some business, but I want to send a shout out to our sponsor, Raycon. If you're looking for AirPods, you're looking for power banks, you're looking for wireless speakers, check out rayconglobal.com. That's rayconglobal.com. They got all your up to date AirPods, power banks, wireless Bluetooth speakers. Give them a shout out. What's going on, Big Dre? So I got some fellas that's gonna be coming through shortly. The prize gonna come through in a little bit, and I'm not sure if Crush is gonna be able to come through or not, but the fellas will be here shortly. But I want to know that anybody, what's going on, Prize?
Here, what's poppin'?
What's going on, Pop? What's going on, BVO? He just stepped out. But hey, Prize, did you get a chance to see the video that Chris Eubanks Jr. smacked Conor Ben with a egg?
Bro, he's straight Brian Pumper dude, bro. That's some Brian Pumper stuff.
He
Breaking egg.
smacked him.
Yo, he smacked him with an egg. Like that was planned. That he thought about doing that, bro. Like, and that's the ultimate sign of disrespect. Somebody crack an egg over your head, dog. That man.
He cracked the egg on his head. I didn't see that.
See that? He slapped him. That
Yeah,
was the egg in his hand.
With an egg in his
Yeah,
head.
you know what that was. You know what that was about, right?
You know what? Educate me.
No, that was about because they were supposed to fight, and he popped dirty for the PEDs,
And he tried to say it was eggs.
Ate some eggs.
Yeah,
that's what that was about.
That makes it even much
That's
better
what that
right
was
now.
about.
Wow.
He broke an egg over that boy's head, boy. I mean, like the first thing I thought of was like
I
he beat
didn't
Pumpernickel.
think
That's
about that.
crazy.
Yeah, I
that's
didn't
what that
think
was
about
about.
that. That he used the eggs as an excuse for popping dirty. That's funny.
So they
So
fighting at
Chris
160.
Eubanks
I
smacked
think
him with an egg.
that bull too small for 60 though, man. But we'll see.
Yeah,
I mean that's I mean, hey, that's up to Conor Ben. He the one that wanted to go fight Chris Eubanks Jr. I mean, Chris Eubanks Jr. He's been fighting at his weight class, and Conor Ben is the one that called him out. He called him out a couple of years ago.
Right.
Well, one thing for sure, Chris Eubanks. Chris Eubanks. He knew he could get away with that. It's 2 months out from the fight. I'm sure he's willing to just pay a fine. Conor Ben, he's not pulling out. This was great promotion. I want to see the fight now. I honestly didn't care about it before. I honestly didn't care at all.
Right.
But now I'm intrigued.
So,
I'm interested.
So I mean, how do y'all feel about that fight? How you see
I
that
want to
fight,
see it now.
going down?
I
want to
think
see it.
You know what I'm
Chris
saying?
Eubanks
How
beats him to
you
death.
see it going down?
Chris
ahead,
Eubanks
Mike.
beats him to
You
death.
think Chris Eubanks beat him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you, bro.
Conor Ben ain't never fought at that weight. And Chris Eubanks, he just came off of stopping Liam Smith. And is he gonna have Bomac in his corner? Well, no. Bomac can't go to the UK, so no, that's dead.
Yeah, Bomac can't go to the UK.
Why not?
Remember that situation
Because of the whole thing that he had last time with the gun and
weapon?
everything.
Oh, right. He had his straps over there. That's right.
Yeah, so he got banned from the UK. I don't
They
know
don't
how
play with
long
them straps
his
over there.
ban.
No, they don't.
Yeah, I don't know how long the ban was, but yeah, he got banned. But yeah, because even their own police don't even carry weapons.
Exactly.
They only go get the weapons when it's something very serious.
When
then
it's
they'll
a
go
serious
get weapons.
situation, they got special police for that.
Yeah. But the
Yeah.
average cop, they don't have guns in the UK. Like I said, if you go look at some UK, if you just go type in UK drill, they be over there sword fighting and stuff, dog. So
Yeah, man.
you get
They
caught with
got
a gun in the UK,
machetes.
boy, you in big trouble over that mug, boy.
Hey, what's going
Yeah.
on, Crush? How you feel about
Going on?
Crush,
Chris
OG
Eubanks
Crush.
smacking Conor Benn? How you feel about Chris
Conor
Eubanks
Ben, Conor
smacking
Ben.
Conor Benn with the egg? Oh, Chris dropped on.
He'll be back.
He'll be back. But
Conor Ben, Conor
yeah,
Ben.
so I think Chris Eubanks. I think it's going to be a close fight early. I think Chris Eubanks might pull it off later because, like you said, he never fought at that weight class. I think, and then when we did see Chris Eubanks come back after the whole suspension and everything, he doesn't have the power that he had before.
You mean
His
Conor Ben?
power seemed like it might have. I mean, Conor Benn. Conor Benn doesn't have the power since he came back from suspension. So it could have been something to the whole PEDs. Maybe that was the reason why he was so strong in the fights previously because of the whole PEDs. Because since he came back, we haven't seen that Conor Benn that we saw prior to him getting suspended for the PEDs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had some, like, his power was crazy before he got popped. Like, he was stopping people cold in the first and second round. I remember who it was? Chris Algieri. He knocked him out cold. But then he came back and he was whooping on. I remember his first fight back against that 154 guy. That's one of the most vicious beatings I've ever seen somebody take. And that dude didn't even budge. He didn't even wobble, nothing. So I definitely
going on,
think
Real
it's something
Talk?
to the PEDs. And
What's
that's
going on,
another
Real Quick to
reason,
Talk
yeah,
with
like you
Tommy?
said, I'm not picking him to win this fight. His power not gonna be there.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna have the power. I think it's gonna be a close fight early because it's gonna be a lot of emotion early, and Conor Benn is going to try to put the pressure on Chris Eubanks early, and I think Chris Eubanks is going to use his boxing ability to wear Conor Benn down because Conor Benn is going to pressure him early. He's going to come right at him. I mean, that's how he normally fights anyway. But this is more personal, so he's going to come right at him. And I think Chris Eubanks is going to use his boxing ability to wear Conor Benn down, and then eventually, in the later rounds, I think Chris Eubanks probably end up stopping Conor Benn.
Crush.
Big
OG
happening,
Crush.
fellas.
How you feel about it, Crush?
Oh man. You got yoked. Then hopefully you don't get no doggone salmonella on his face, man. But yo, that's about the illest one I've seen in my lifetime, y'all. Out of all the heated face-offs I done seen over the years, that was a real. That joke was crazy. Yo.
Hey, Crush, you know what that smack with the egg was about, right?
Oh yeah, but when Conor Benn was eating all them eggs, he talking up. Yeah, I know about the whole funny joint, and it was the brown egg too, yo. Yo, I almost fell out my seat, but man, that calls for a bar burner on 5 alarm blaze. Somebody got to get carried out on a stretcher, but just like these three said, you know. Chris Eubanks, that's a Jedi mind trick, and Conor Benn might be a little too zealous and taking it personal, and it might work out for Eubanks. But hopefully, I just hope we get a fight, another fisticuffs. I need to see butt whipping back and forth, 50-50 fight. If he dies, he dies. I'm excited for it. And a lot of fighters need to turn up a little more like that. All these chumps out here. This is how you let somebody know you really want to get at it, you know, chumps. You know, since I gotta be PG about it, but y'all catch me at the dark, and then I tell you how it really is. But yeah, I'm happy for it. Let's see it. I've been wanting to see Conor Benn get back in the ring. You know, he been looking crazy and weird Dracula one time and looking like this, that, and other. But I want to see it, and then it carry on because of the fathers got it on back in the day. Nigel Benn and Chris Eubanks. So I like that. So let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens.
So I want to get into another story that just hit the headlines. I'm not sure if y'all saw it or not, but it kind of making me look at this guy just a little bit different. Shakur Stevenson supposedly has signed a multi-fight deal with Matchroom. And I think he added more fights because he was already supposed to be signed to a 3-year
You mean he
fight
got an
deal, and I
extension?
think he just signed to. I think he just added more fights to his deal. Um, so being though that Shakur is not going to be a free agent, how do y'all look at Shakur now, as far as this whole Tank situation? Do you still think we end up getting that fight with Shakur and Tank, being though that Shakur just read up his deal?
I really don't care. I don't care if the fight happens. I'm not going to stress myself about that anymore. Um, it's like what Crush said. If it happens, it happens. Like I can't. I'm just not gonna waste energy hating these dudes or criticizing them. So, if you sign the Matchroom, fight the best guys they got over there at Riyadh Season or at the Zone in general. Let me see you in there with Andy Cruz. Um, that's really it. Like Zapata. That's the two guys
Ain't
I really
nobody
know
over
over
They
there.
ain't
there.
got
Like
nobody
who
but
else they
Andy
got?
If
Cruz.
He
They
might
got
gotta
Andy
move up to
Cruz. That's it.
140. He might
I don't
gotta
know
move
why
up
he
to
gave up
140.
his. I don't know why he gave up his free agency to sign with Eddie when there's no food over there. But I mean,
I
if
mean, we
Turkey
don't know
got,
how much money is in that contract prize.
yeah, I know, like, and I know, and Shakur likes comfort. You know, he likes to be,
Yep, he likes
but
security.
yeah, he likes security. So if he, I don't, I'm not gonna say that fight can't happen, but I mean, if Tank send an offer, then I'm pretty sure that Turkey and them will back Shakur and get the fight on. But it's up to Tank though. Tank's the main man, so he got to be the one that send out the offers. I don't know why. I don't know why
So
Shakur gave up his free agency like that.
Oh
so
man,
is it
let
safe?
me before DC.
So, go
Let
ahead,
me
go ahead.
touch in on
Yeah,
it
go ahead,
real
go ahead.
quick, DC. Cause I think y'all dancing around, y'all playing around too much. Let's get to it, man. It don't look good. It don't look good. No disrespect to nobody. Ain't trying to break nobody hearts. We gonna get down to the nitty gritty. I guess I got to do this. We got to blow the whistle, man. The boy been pump faking. He pump faking. Give him an Oscar award. This is the stuff that I'm talking about in the sport of boxing, where you got people always running their mouth, and they run their mouth because they know the truth hurts. So that's why they always talk about hate when it comes to this little red guy, but not criticizing all these dudes, these Ghostbusters, these supposed to be killers. They wanted these legacies. He got more accolades and all that. And I keep on telling you why it doesn't matter to you, because you can't put it on your wall. Oh, he ain't about no daggone bill. He about money. You supposed to be about money. That's how you pay your bills and your family, and that's how you set up generational wealth, not through no hardware. But look at it. Everybody's following no red blueprint, but y'all ain't saying nothing about that. Get on your favorite fighter for doing what Tank Davis been doing. Tank's in the bag, getting the money. That's what it's about. Y'all never criticized Deontay Wilder about it. In there for the money. That's what you there for. Y'all looking for accolades and something? Why don't you go pick up a sport, and why don't you go collect the accolades yourself and do it for free? But in the sport of boxing, they got to get paid, and this man do not, and he know his hands would not be 100%. I don't know how much it costs for him to get his hands fixed, but I don't think he want to touch that. And right now, the man got to worry about whoever he get in the ring with. He could think he taking the easy bake oven route. All he want. Them hands is brittle, baby. So they ain't gonna be able to do too much. Shame on you, Shakur Stevenson. Gotta raise both of my eyebrows. You still my guy, but you ain't that type of guy.
Yeah.
That's what I
Hey,
got on it.
Crush hit it. Crush hit it right on the head. I was about to say the same thing. I'm gonna be shout out a couple of folks in the chat. What's going on, Thomas Hill? What's going on, Bruce Guys? What's going on, D1? Appreciate y'all coming through. Make sure y'all smash the like button on y'all way in. But that's what I was about to say. So is it safe to say that Shakur is a cap artist? Because before he signed his deal with
Yes.
Matchroom, Shakur, his biggest thing was he didn't want to be tied down to nobody. He wanted to be a free agent. He wanted to be able to move around and take whatever deals he can get to get the biggest fight. Well, we see that he now is locked down to a extension on a multi-fight deal with Matchroom. So is it safe to say that he's a cap artist?
I mean, but since before this situation, he's been a cap artist and he's contradicted himself at multiple different occasions. So I mean, yeah, but like, ain't this don't make him a cap artist? Like, this just add to it, if anything.
I think y'all being a little too
Yeah.
rough.
No, I ain't being too rough. He said like one instance I can remember. He said in an interview, and this is like a couple months after the Haney situation, he had the De Los Santos fight, and his stock is down, and he's looking all down, and he's saying, "Oh, it's all these narratives out that I won't be the B side to make the big fights." That's not true. You had that opportunity with Devin Haney. Like, this dude is a cap artist. That's what he does. At all times, he caps. He caps about how he's gonna fight. He's a cap artist. This don't change that for me though. This is what he do. This is what he been doing.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Marky Dad, because you can't come out here and say these things and then you turn around and do the exact opposite of what you said you wanted to do, or what you said that was going to be good for your career. And we all know, and even he knows, that Tank Davis don't want to deal with Eddie Hearn or Turkey. So if you know the biggest fight that you claim is the biggest fight of your career, it's the Super Bowl of boxing, in your opinion. If you know that that's the situation, that Tank don't want to deal with Eddie, he don't want to deal with Turkey, why would you sign a multi-fight deal on top of the two fights that you have left? Because you roughly have 2 fights left on that deal that you originally signed. So why would you extend that deal? And you know that Tank is not going to go over there and deal with those guys. So the only way you can get that fight is if they allow you to go fight on PBC. And we know Turkey's probably not going to allow that. And we know that Eddie Hearn is probably not going to allow that. So did he ever really want the fight? That's my question. Did he ever really want it?
I know it looks
I don't
bad,
think
but
so.
I know it looks bad, but I still think Shakur get in there. But the way his hands ain't holding up, like, he gonna have to fix that before he even think about fighting a Javante Tank Davis, bro. Because for some couple of rounds, he wasn't doing what he was supposed to do because he probably was in pain. And if your hands is hurt and messed up against Tank, man, he gonna take you out, man. So Shakur needs.
That ain't nothing that you could necessarily fix, or
Well, that's
like
not true.
progressively gets better.
Well,
You know what I'm
there's ways
saying?
around it. Maybe
Like,
he has to.
waiting on it 2 years ain't gonna make it better for a Tank fight in 2 years, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, you got a point there, but I still think that you can fix that. You know, you gotta. I mean, Floyd spent the money on it. You know, I don't know. Shakur don't got the money like Floyd, but he gonna have to go sit down with Floyd, and you know, Floyd and Tank they don't see eye to eye. So I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure that he'll have to change up a little bit, and you know, he's already not that offensive as it is, so I don't know what else he could do, but hopefully he can get the right people to wrap his hands and do some therapy or whatever and get right. That's all I can hope for. That's all we can hope for. If not, then
Hey,
Well,
but
he get took out quick.
You know what? To be honest with you, right? It ain't Tank. It just ain't Tank he got to worry about.
Yeah.
He got to worry about whoever he getting in that ring with. Now we already know, like you said, nobody wants to go in a fight against a top guy like that. But you don't want to go in there with anybody because you think you that good that with your hands being 60%, you could beat all these other dudes. I can't say that you can, bro, until it happens. Now we know you got the skill set, but you don't know one of these guys. They put you up in there. That's a good enough opponent that we say, oh, he cool. You don't know, bro. And then it's your hands. So if your hands ain't that good, how you gonna keep people off you? You know, and you're not gonna be able to skate through your career. Let's keep on hopping back, creating that space. Somebody's gonna be able to hop with you and hop further enough to connect on you. It happens in boxing. Ask Roy Jones. It happened to him too. And you're not nothing athletic like Roy Jones, but he got to worry about that completely because he might get in there with somebody, and we already know he's not the hardest puncher. So then he's getting in there, and then when he do swing, he's going to be hurting his hands even more because the part of the reason why he hurt his hands was trying to do too much, trying to create power that he just simply don't have. That's how you damage your hands, punching wrong, punching too damn hard for your own might. If anybody do a punch before, know anything about fighting, you know what I'm talking about. So this kid
Yeah.
just do a whole monkey wrench in his whole program. Go ahead, D Free.
Yeah, and see, what I don't know if any of y'all caught the interview that he did. I think it was Sunday. I think it was Sunday that he did the interview. It might have been Monday, but I believe it was Sunday. He did the interview, and in that interview, he said he don't want to fight Tank Davis until his hand is 100% healthy. And if you don't want to fight Tank Davis until your hand is 100% healthy, we all know that you just literally just re-injured your hand, and you said that fight right there, you gotta be 100%. Well, there's an interview prior to him fighting the Josh Padley fight, and his grandfather said that Shakur Stevenson hasn't been 100% healthy for the last 7 fights. So if that is true, you haven't been 100% healthy for the last 7 fights. Is it safe to say that he was clout chasing Tank Davis when he kept calling him out? Now that we know that he don't want to fight Tank Davis unless he's 100% healthy.
Yep. And this is a history he has, because remember the Devin Haney situation where he came to Devin Haney's party with the cake saying sign the contract, and Devin Haney sent him a contract, and we all saw it precipitated from there. So absolutely, this dude has been a clout chaser.
I think I don't want to call it. I think he just don't.
Wait.
I don't know if he can market himself good. Yeah, I think y'all being too. It's already. It's y'all opinion though. I can't even be mad at that.
Man, that's clout chasing, bros.
That's cool.
Dude send you a cake, come to your party in front of man. Good.
I try to give these guys. I try to give these guys the benefit of doubt. But the one thing that I always tell y'all, I go by what they say. I go by their words. This is what he said. It's not what I said. It's not my opinion. This is what he said. He said he don't want to fight Tank Davis unless he's 100% healthy. And then we hear right before he had the Josh Padley fight, his grandfather, who's his trainer, said that man hasn't been 100% healthy for the last 7 fights. So if you don't want to fight Tank Davis unless you're 100% healthy, why are you telling Tank Davis send you a contract? Why are you sitting there saying you want that fight next? But another thing, before he fought the Josh Padley fight, there was an interview that he did, and somebody asked him if there's anybody in the sport of boxing that you can fight next, who you want to fight next. This man said Loma. He didn't say Tank Davis. He said Loma. That's who he want to fight next. So I'm like, how bad does he really want to fight? He's telling everybody he wants to fight, but he's not.
He don't want.
He's not. His actions not proving that he wants to fight.
Nasty work.
Yeah,
he don't.
That's tough. That's tough.
MC Light.
I want to see the fight. I hope Tank Davis sending him an offer. I hope Tank Davis call him out, because we heard Tank Davis is gonna call somebody out at the end of this fight, and I'm gonna hold him to his word because that's what he said. I'm not no huge Tank Davis fan. I like Tank Davis. I like Shakur. I like all these guys. I'm not no huge fan of these guys that say, "Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and excuse it." No, this is what you said. He said he's gonna call somebody out at the end of this fight, so I expect to hear him call somebody out. But I hope that person that he called out is Shakur Stevenson, and we can find out if Shakur really wants that fight, because if we never heard Tank Davis ever call anybody out at the end of a fight. This is the first time that Tank Davis will ever do that. So if he does that, we gotta say Tank Davis is standing on business.
What
if?
Go ahead, Mark.
No, so if it's if he calls out Jose Rayo Valenzuela for a 140 fight, would you be disappointed in that, or would that be something you'd be interested in?
That question for the panel.
Well, I was talking to Free, but yeah, that's for anybody.
Yeah. Nah, he's not going to spin a block on El Rayo, because that's the reason why we wound up getting Lamont Roach, because Rayo was the third guy. So I'm not going to predict or try to predict who he's going to call out. That man says he's going to call out somebody, so I'm going to wait to see who he's going to call out because he never called nobody out before. So I'm going to just say he fed up and he's going to call somebody out, whoever it may be. They just better answer. I'm not being picky. Whoever he call out, they better answer, and that's all I got.
Yeah, like I said, I prefer him to call out one of the guys that we expect him to, or we want him to fight. I ain't gonna say we expect him to fight. What we want him to do. I mean, this is his career. He's gonna do what he want to do regardless. But I want him to call out one of the guys that we want him to fight. But like Crush said, whoever he call out, they gotta answer that call because, like I said, Tank Davis has never called out anybody, and I don't think he's going to call out somebody that nobody wants to see him fight. I think he's going to call out one of these guys that we all want to see him fight. Now, who it is, I don't know, but I believe it's going to be one of those guys.
Who you want him to call out if it's not Shakur, Free? If it's not Shakur, who would you expect?
If he's not calling out Shakur, I want him to call out. If it's not Shakur, I want him to call out. If it's anybody at 135, I want him to call out Keyshawn. Now, if he decides to call out one of those guys that's at 40/47, so be it. But if it's somebody at 35, and it's not Shakur, I expect him to call out Keyshawn.
Yep, and for me, it's not what I want because what I wanted, those guys didn't answer the bell. So whatever that man, whoever he's calling, he's making a call out. I ain't thinking on it too hard. It's going to be somebody because this is something that he don't do. So he ain't gonna waste his time and say a name that nobody's interested in. He's about to apply pressure even more. You're not paying attention. You're about to apply pressure even more. And this is just my opinion. You gotta look at it. Okay, I try to do it this way, and then okay. None of these things never happen. Now I'm gonna say somebody's name, so it's not what I want. I know, I'm pretty sure whatever name he call out, it's gonna be something that everybody wants to see. So I'm not gonna be picky or even speculate. It's going to be somebody that you're gonna want to see him in the ring with. And like I said, whoever it is, they just better answer.
I feel like he don't have a choice but to call out somebody we want, Crush.
No. It's not on him, Prize.
You don't think so?
Tank ain't got to do this on everybody else because he's been doing the work.
No, I'm saying if he calls somebody out, you know, we expect it to be a name to where it's a fight that we want to see. We're not just call anybody out, but I don't think that he will. I think that he'll call out
anybody out.
I think he'll call out somebody we want to see fight that we want to actually see him get in the ring with. I think he will.
Yeah,
but if he doesn't, don't be surprised.
I ain't thinking on it too hard. We thinking on it too hard. I'm gonna let him handle that.
At this point, Tank, he pays attention to the YouTube. He pays attention to the internet. He knows who the people that the fans want him to fight. And like I said, Tank Davis has never called anybody out. He never called nobody out at the end of his fight. So by him doing that, I believe he's going to give the fans what they want. That's my belief. Now, will he do it? It remains to be seen. But that's my belief because why would you do something you never done before and go the total opposite way of what the fans want? Because Tank Davis is about pleasing his fans. I'm not talking about the boxing world. I'm talking about his fans. He's about pleasing his fans. And so his fans want to see him fight some of those names as well. They want to see him fight some of those names as well. So I don't think he's going to go the total opposite way of what his fans want. Now, like I said, I'm not talking about the boxing world. We know the boxing world is different. He don't necessarily please them all the time. But his fans is pleased by majority of the stuff that he does. So he's going to do something that's going to please his fans. Now, if he does what we expect him to do, then he will be doing something that will please the boxing world in a whole by calling out one of these guys that we expect him to call out.
But you know who is for the main person to get pleased? It's Tank Davis.
Yeah.
Whoever he calling out, it's going to please him. So I'm pretty. Hey, he ain't never getting with nobody that ain't going to see him fight. Yeah, he gonna please him. So I'm pretty sure you gonna watch. So I ain't thinking too hard. We think too hard about too much stuff any damn way. This man has too much heat on it that he don't need. I want to see these dudes fight him. I want to see him fight them. I want to see them dudes fight him. He's been fighting. I want to see them fight him.
I
It's,
mean,
it's
but he
going the other
gotta
way
he
around.
gotta
That's
send
the way
out
it
the
should be.
offers though. He the A side though, Crush.
Well, he has. Why y'all keep talking like this man hasn't tried to do these things? Y'all make me want to strangle y'all
I mean,
like he
I
haven't
give you
been
that. I
doing
give you
these things.
that. I give you Loma is a duck. I absolutely give you that. Loma ducked him, but
Yeah,
He
I'm not
completely
That's
really too
why.
does.
sure what happened with Shakur. I'm still pretty
yeah.
foggy
We,
on
we,
that.
we know what happened with
And
him.
he pursued.
It's all telling. We know what happened
He's
with him.
great.
We talking about Captain America. He was Captain. We
Okay,
know what
yeah,
happened.
I
Yeah.
give you that. He's a cap artist,
We know
but
what happened.
did Tank send him an offer?
No, I
I don't
mean,
think that
I
he
don't
I
did.
think he
mean,
wanted to fight Tank. I agree with you
he
on
didn't.
that, but did
He,
Tank send him an offer? Is
he,
what I'm asking.
You never send an offer
he
before
didn't.
you go discussing terms or a possible fight
Okay,
comes
so
back.
that's what I'm saying. He got
So
to send
they
these
got
dudes
to
the
that part where
offers.
they,
Prove that they
but
some
they
cap
got to the
artists
point where they
because he
started
proved it with
discussing a
Loma.
possible fight.
Go ahead, T Dot.
Yeah,
Yeah. See,
because it further,
the way
it advanced further.
I'm gonna
My
tell you
bad.
how I'm gonna tell you how it goes down when it comes to the offer being sent out and the contracts and all that. The way it goes down is by the fighter who's not signed to that promotional company. They ask him, do he want the fight? They asked him, hey, do you want the Tank Davis fight? And they said they offered him a one fight deal. He wanted a multi-fight deal. They wasn't in position to give him a multi-fight deal at that time for whatever reason. I don't know what their reason was, but at that time they wasn't in position to give him a multi-fight deal. Once they said we're not giving you a multi-fight deal, he said, "Well, I don't want it." There's no reason to send an offer because we don't go to the next step until you accept the first step. It's a step process. If
Exactly.
you don't take the first step, you don't get the second step. You don't just jump over the first step and go straight to the second and the third. You got to get the first step straight. If he wants the one fight deal, okay, bet. Now let's go ahead and give him an offer, and he can counter offer that offer. That's where the negotiation starts. That's where it starts. But he got to first take that first step and accept it. If he doesn't accept it, there is no offer being sent.
That's a fact. Hey,
But
I want
that
to say,
makes sense. Go ahead, Tommy Hill.
I just want to say this. I mean, if we follow the tea leaves, then we can see truly how this stuff plays out, and then we can see how it's been playing out all along. First and
Well,
foremost,
in
there's
that case,
always
in that case, I don't really have While I don't like it, I don't have a problem with Shakur turning it down in that case. If he
Nah,
wanted
go
a
ahead.
multi-fight deal.
Let T Dot go ahead and finish real quick. Go ahead, T Dot.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear Tommy Hill. Go ahead, my
Nah,
bad.
go ahead, T Dot.
no, it's all good, bro. All I was gonna say, we can look at the tea leaves and we can see how things are transpired since certain things have come to fruition or come to light. You can see how it's been pretty much playing along all throughout this time. Like I will maintain that no fighter, with the exception of what I know for certain, being Floyd Schofield Jr., did not want or was not ready for a fight. I think everything we seen from that moment that they inked the deal to the point where it came close to the fight, you saw that there was a way to try to find to get out of a fight. And this looks like this is a repeat offense from them because it happened also with Ashton Seal. But with Tank, it's going to get applied with him because a lot of people, and it's not just people here, but a lot of people everywhere, they love Tank or they don't love Tank. They want to see him not do well. So they want you to get in the ring with people who they believe can beat you. And these people, they know this. So the way I can build my buzz is to make mention of there's a possible fight or he will not fight me or this ain't happen. They know better than hopping rings. And we get this all the time with people when it comes to Tank because people feed off of that and people really want to see if Tank really that dude. Not to see what you've seen in the ring, but just that right there, that's like fairy dust. It look good, sound good, feel good, but it ain't the real McCoy. So we get a fight that possibly could have happened. We have banner back and forth about, man, well, you know better to get in the ring. Man, I'll tear you up if I'm in that ring. Yeah, I will tear you up if I'm in that ring. But then there's the interviews that's been said. like about a month and a half ago, his grandfather came out and said, Shakur, bad dude, man. And just to think, he's really been fighting his past 7 fights with bad hands. Imagine if them hands was healed. Now, this last fight was his 8th fight. Then you go and find out that, hey, I don't want to fight Tank unless my hands is all the way right. So, like, them fights never was really going to be possible because he wasn't really ready to face Tank because he wasn't fully healthy. So we got to recognize that, yo, man, he's got to do what he's got to do to still make bread and still get fights made and get his hands together before he can ever get in that ring, man. And I don't fault him for that because I wouldn't want to get in the ring. And I got my hand behind I'm already behind the ball, so to speak, with that. So, I mean, I'm not going to hate on that, brother. I see that, like, the moves just equal what we hear now and what has been released from out of his people's own mouth, him and his own people's mouth. They're not truly ready to take on that fight. But I want to say one thing about him. When Shakur had somebody speaking on his name and he knew that wasn't bull, he called him out. So I'm fully expecting Tank because I don't care what everybody else say. I'm not a typical Tank fan. Tank need to be in that ring with Tank, Devin, T.O., Loma, Keyshawn, and whomever else y'all say gonna whoop his tail or he running from. And likewise, they need to be in them rings with one another as well too. But since he held to the fire, I think it's time for him to be the fire starter and start pulling people card and getting them contracts, getting them negotiations so we can get these fights. So we finally can put this stuff to bed because it's too bad as we as a people got the crab in the bucket syndrome that we would love to pull our own people down while we make excuses for people who are not us or not the people that we don't care to see do well or win. Because when Bud Crawford said in his interview that he wanted the belts, but he couldn't because the PBC was being difficult, niggas was understanding. They said, you know what? That makes sense. He was being truthful. He was being honest. When Tank's been in his whole career at 35, the belts have been under the umbrella of Top Rank or Top Rank affiliates. And we know Bob Arum ain't trying to let them belts go because that's how Bob Arum attracts future talent. That's all I really want to say, man. I don't hold this against Shakur. Shakur got to do what's best for him. And I don't want him in the ring with Tank and he can't properly defend himself. Just like I never wanted Devin in the ring with Shakur at 35. I never wanted Devin in the ring with Tank at 35. Devin was spent at 35. Why would he fought 3 fights too many at 35? Why would I want to see that? That's not a fair fight. Get him whatever weight he can make comfortably without dehydrating so that fight can happen. Because a healthy Devin at his biggest weight, I still feel falls short to Tank Davis. Prepared at any weight that he can come in. But we got to see it in the ring.
You out of order. You out of order, man. You out of order. Mr.
Hold up,
Kevin.
Dub. Before you get jumping, Dub, before you jump on that, I just want to answer Tommy real quick. Here's the thing, and I keep on saying this, man, right? Y'all keep saying all these daggone names, right? But none of these people is saying anything about that man. Ain't none of these dudes that y'all keep saying that y'all he need to get in the ring with. What are those guys doing? Are they trying to do anything to make it seem like they trying to fight this man? Y'all keep trying to say he got to start a daggone fire. He started fire and they keep on blowing it out. What are we talking about? Hold these people accountable. They ain't saying his name, or the people that turned down the opportunity when it came, because that's what y'all keep on sweeping up under the rug. You can't make somebody do something they don't want to do. Now, there's 2 things that's going on ain't nobody being honest about. People had turned down stuff. We know that. And then the other side, nobody is saying nothing. Nobody is hungry for this dude, but this dude got to be hungry for everybody else. What are y'all talking about? What has boxing fallen to? Do y'all even listen to yourselves? I don't think y'all be listening to yourselves that much. This is crazy. I don't hear nobody, none of these dudes. And we keep on saying what he need to do, but somebody need to show that they trying to get that smoke. Because that's how it happens. It ain't gonna happen if you ain't gonna try to get it. Didn't Ryan Garcia make it happen? I don't give a damn what y'all think about it. He made it happen. But he's not getting credit for that. That's how you make a fight happen. But all these dudes, these TOs and these other hoes ain't doing none of this stuff to show that they won it. So stop the nonsense. Because nobody is showing nothing, but everybody keep on yapping. Because you know what? If I want you, Tommy Hill, I'm on your top, bro. I'm not waiting for you to get off no throne or none of that. I'm coming to you. I'm Muhammad Ali. I'm showing up to your door, knocking on your window, talking about the family look like monkeys and everything. When you really want it, you go out and make a person know that you really want it. Ain't that what they used to do? I think once upon a time in boxing they did. But now all of a sudden y'all want to be throwing out all these daggone pacifiers, but give them baby powder and everything else too with this nonsense. Because ain't nobody showing me no daggone hunger. Nobody ain't showing me no hunger. They ain't showing y'all no hunger. And y'all keep on pity-pat with this nonsense. But I got the licking stick. I'll stop the nonsense. Sergeant at Arms. The bomb been dropped. Don't get napalm. Dub, what's up, homie?
What's going on, Dub?
Before you go, Dub, I want to make sure it's been stated that.
Damn, everybody is before I go. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
Let T-Dot rock out real quick, and then Dub got it.
Dub just got here. Let Dub go be spit it back on. He just got it.
I came in the middle of a battle. I ain't got no problem.
Yeah.
Man, you ain't in no battle. When you go ahead, you know you want to shoot it off. Go ahead, bro.
I'm gonna talk my shit anyway.
Dub, you got it.
Bang, bang, Dub. Don't get your bang, bang on. I ain't
Go ahead, Mr. Chairman. Go ahead, Mr. Chairman.
That's what me and Tommy trying to say, man. Go ahead, shoot it off, Dub. Go ahead, baby.
Well, first things first. Y'all out of order. Y'all all out of order on the damn show. Oh, I can't cuss over here. My apologies. I apologize, BVO. BVO out of order as well for censoring my damn opinion. I cussed again. All right. Oh, my bad. I'm out of order. All I was gonna say is, man, shout out to everybody on the panel. Man, Tank Davis, the whole thing is, and I understand what you're saying, OG. I definitely understand what you're saying as far as other guys fighting, but the problem is, in my personal opinion, we have seen these other guys start to mix it up with each other. We seen them, they already done fought Lomachenko, right? And I give you, Loma ducked Tank. Yes, I think Tank ducked Loma first, but at the same time, at this current moment in time, Loma is the duck, in my personal opinion. So I understand that, but man, this man ain't fighting his contemporaries. He's not fighting the people that's on his level. And even bringing up a Lamont Roach, listen, I mean, I went through Lamont Roach's resume the other night. It's decent. It's decent. But he's still bringing a fighter up, and he should be fighting those guys in his division. And he should be fighting the top guys in his division. And because he is the ultimate A-side, he's the ultimate A-side. Yeah, at least down at the lower weight classes, then it's on him to make the fights. Now, if somebody duck it, and I will say, when it came to Lomachenko the second time, Lomachenko ducked. Even Shakur, even in the argument when he was talking about he want to be all the way healthy, my hands done been hurt for all this time. That man still said he was willing to take the fight. So I don't know, man. I'm just saying, man. Tank ain't doing enough in the sport, in my personal opinion, right now. And if you want to say other guys not doing it, I can't disagree with it. But with him being the top individual in the lower weight classes, I expect a little more from him, and I'm gonna hold him to account.
Let me say this before anybody else go. Let me say this before anybody go, because I heard Dub say he's bringing up Lamont Roach. And that's not.
I know Lamont Roach had more fights at 35.
No.
Go ahead.
I'm not going there. I'm not going there. You said he's bringing up Lamont Roach, and I respect you on your stand. I respect you on your opinion, but you got to keep that same energy. So, are you going to get on Devin Haney? You going to get on T.O. if they call up Tank Davis? So 140, he's a smaller guy.
Absolutely. And the thing is, I said from the beginning, if you ever heard me speak on that fight, especially with Devin, not so much T.O., but with Devin, I said, shit, if the man offering you at 35, you make the weight. You said you done told us you can make this weight all this time, make the weight and make the fight. I've been very consistent on. I don't like that. I don't like none of that, man. If you moving up,
I have no problem. Like I said, I just want to make sure you're gonna keep the same energy because I hear everybody say, "Oh, he's calling up Lamont Roach from a smaller weight class." Where if y'all saying y'all want him to fight these guys at 140, isn't they calling up the smaller guy up to their weight class?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ain't that the same thing? So
Absolutely.
You can't get on Tank Davis, but then praise these other guys because they calling Tank Davis out. That's all I'm saying.
Well, my thing is, I don't think that the Devin fight will ever happen. I don't believe it.
Right.
And one of the reasons I push for the fight so much is because, man, these guys, these are young guys, so they only going to get bigger. So, man, the fights have to happen in a certain time frame, right? Because as these fighters get older, they're going to get bigger. And so that's the only reason when you heard me push it for Devin and Tank, because, hey, Devin ain't finna make 35 too much longer. I believe Coach Calvin said Tank can make 30 if he need to, right? So the man is a small individual. I ain't got no problem with that. Because,
now
go ahead.
Let me ask you this. So how do you feel about now? You said you want him to fight the Shakurs, the Keishans, the Lomas in his division. I mean, you might could throw Wims Zapata in there as well because he's one of the top guys at the division. How do you feel about Shakur throwing another hurdle in a way? Because we hear now that he just extended his multi-fight deal with Matchroom.
Can I be honest, D-Free? He out of order. He out of order. and if he talking the way he been talking, and now all of a sudden you done signed a multi-fight deal with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom, you out of order. You was lying about the whole calling out Tank. I mean, that's what it seemed like. So Shakur is out of order for that. He out of order.
Yeah. Now, what I will say about what Crush said, regardless of how we feel about the individual, I think the only person that actually showed that they wanted the Tank Davis fight is Ryan Garcia. I think he's the only one that showed that he wanted to fight. He was willing to go against.
Hold on, you cut out for a quick second.
He was. I think Ryan Garcia is the only one that really wanted to go after the Tank Davis fight. He's the only one because he went against his own promoter to get that fight. He had his own lawyers. He said, "Okay, Oscar, you don't want to do it? All right, fine. I'm gonna do it on my own. I'm gonna go get my own lawyers, and we're gonna make this deal happen." So I understand what Crush saying because if you really want the fight, however we feel about Ryan is the only one that actually pushed for that Tank Davis fight. He's the only one. Everybody else, they say they want the fight, but how much are they pushing for the fight? We saw if you push for the fight, it can happen because Ryan did it. He pushed for the fight.
But
my one disagreement, Free, and y'all let me know. Am I freezing? Is it me or D?
Yeah,
no,
you.
You good?
It's you.
Okay, okay. My shit. All right, I'm going on mute for a second. Let me get my shit together.
Go ahead, Cross.
See, here's the thing. See, y'all be talking so daggone much, and then y'all just really be agreeing. Just y'all say y'all want to see him fight these guys, right? How y'all want to say he need to get in the ring with Tio, but Tio is calling people out all over the place in other weight classes. He's not calling out Tank Davis. Cool out. What are y'all talking about? Y'all need to stop it with this.
That's why I'm gonna wait, Crush, until the fight is over. That's why I'm gonna wait till the Lamont Roach fight.
Yeah, I mean, this is the facts. Y'all keep talking about he need to get in the ring with this dude, but Tio saying all these other names. He ain't saying Tank Davis, but Tank Davis needs to fight Tio. Yeah, this is fact. This is not no daggone opinion. This is fact.
Who said?
This is fact. Wait, Dub, you can't talk.
Hold on,
you can't come
Dub,
talking over people, Dub. Can't do that, Dub. You gotta relax. You gotta order.
Out of order, Dub.
All right.
How they gonna call me out of order? They gonna call me out of order.
Yeah, you out of order. This ain't your court right now. You out of order, and even in your court, I will tell you out of order. But you out of order right now, Dub. You know you out of order. You out of order like always. It's all right, Dub. That's all right. It's okay.
Hey, it wouldn't be the first time. Hey, real quick, Chris. You know what I
started?
started?
You done messed up. You done messed up my chain of thought. So you go ahead with your disorderly stuff and get to talking, get to cooking. God darn it!
Go ahead,
This
Doug.
man
Hey, Chris,
show
you know
me
I
crazy right now.
you know I started calling folks out of order because I'd have been out of order on so many damn panels. I be thinking, I'm like, y'all should have been called my ass. I've been cutting folks off the whole damn show. Y'all supposed to been called me out of order, but they let me cook. So it is what it is. It is what it is.
Y'all boys wild, man.
I'm just telling the truth. Hey,
Y'all
y'all know
boys
I ain't
wild.
lying. Y'all know I ain't lying.
Hey, I want to ask a question though, man.
Y'all boys wild.
So now
Go ahead, D.
we see now that we see all these things unfold, what y'all think is going to happen next at 35? Because I truly don't believe we're going to get Tank and Shakur next. I truly believe that we're not going to get that next.
Right.
What do we see next at 135?
Mm.
And that's with any fight.
Well,
Shakur and
I would
Frank
like to.
Martin.
Not happening
Why not?
because the man
Frank-
done signed with Matchroom. He's
Oh yeah, I forgot. about that.
everything Shakur everything he gonna have going on gonna be Matchroom fighters, and you know that the majority of Matchroom fighters. And the one thing I say, hopefully we get Shakur versus William Zepeda. We at least get that, but Matchroom, as far as the 135-pound division goes, they ain't got nothing over there. It ain't nothing over there.
Yeah, and Frank Martin is at 140 now. Frank Martin is not
He
fighting
fighting at 140 for
35.
sure.
Yeah,
That's a
he said
four.
he said he's not coming back down to 35.
Okay.
That weight drain that he had for Tank, he said he didn't like it.
Well,
So
what
he's going to
about
140.
if we can get the Kid Austin thing fired back up? Did y'all still want to see that, or y'all over? Y'all done with that?
Well,
Now
he gonna have to get a new
Maybe
promoter.
in America, Chris. Maybe they can do it. Maybe they can do it in
Wait,
America.
no. Listen to what I'm saying. He got to get a new promoter first.
Man might need to get a new father. I say
That's
that respectfully.
crazy.
I say that
That
respectfully.
that too. Because
I see
he ain't gonna be on no Golden Boy. And like he said, we're gonna be free agents in a few months. Man, y'all already free agents talking about in a few months. That happened in a few seconds, bro. Stop the cat.
Golden Boy is already about to let them go. So they out there as a free agent. So I mean, he is currently number 2.
I'd like to see that fight too,
He
Tommy.
is currently number 2 for Tank Davis' belt because there is no number 1 because they removed William Zepeda. So he is number 2. Maybe that fight happens next.
But his father, and I don't want to name any names on, this is my brother's show right here, so I ain't gonna call nobody other shows out. But he did an interview earlier today and said literally said, well, Tank gonna retire or move up, or so we're probably gonna be fighting for a vacant belt. That's what Schofield Sr. said. So I don't see the Tank fight happening with Kid Austin. My whole thing is with man, I don't know how this division fit to move. I have no clue how it's fit to move.
All over the place, Dub.
There's no structure in the division. It's no structure.
It's all over the place.
But see, the thing is, this is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the fact that Tank Davis has the WBA belt. There is no super. There is no quote unquote regular belt. It's the world champion.
He the champion. He the champion.
Yeah. So, Kid Austin is number 2. Well, he's really number 1 because there is no number 1.
Right.
So his last mandatory was Rolly Romero. Now they counted the Frank Martin as a mandatory, but they never mandated that fight. They counted it as a mandatory. So that Frank Martin fight happened last year. Kid Austin would be up to be called a mandatory.
No, the Frank Martin fight happened 2 years ago, didn't it? Well, now
it
happened in 2023.
That was last year that Frank Martin happened. He just knocked.
Yeah, that was 24, Doug.
That was his last fight.
Man, I'm out of order. I'm out of order.
Yeah, that was his last fight. But so that fight happened last year. So Kid Austin will be called as the mandatory because he's in position. So I'm thinking that probably, unless Tank Davis call out one of these other guys and they accept the offer, I'm thinking Kid Austin might be the next person in line to fight Tank Davis.
That's what it should be, but
That's crazy.
according to his father, according to Kid Austin's father, they don't expect to fight Tank Davis. They expect to be fighting for a vacant belt. Maybe he knows something that I don't know, according to what he was saying. But
I'm gonna tell you what it is, Dub. It's not that they don't expect to fight.
They don't want to fight.
They don't want to fight.
They don't want to
fight.
Exactly. They don't want that
That's
smoke.
crazy.
They don't want that smoke.
They don't want to
They
fight.
do not want that smoke.
Hey,
He too wet behind the ears for that.
But the
respectfully.
craziest thing is when the question was asked to him, it was so funny because the way the question was asked, it wasn't man, y'all up for the WBA, who y'all want to fight for the belt? It was no. A lot of people are saying y'all may have pulled out of this fight for the Tank fight. And so do you see that being next? And Schofield C was like, man, I don't think that fight gonna happen. Tank gonna retire, Tank gonna move up, Tank gonna announce a big fight. We're gonna be fighting for a vacant title. So I can't see Kid Austin. I can't see it happening.
Yeah, that man, they don't want the fight because and like I said, and even if Tank is calling out one of these other guys, he's not dropping his belt. Tank ain't dropping his belt. So the only way you would get it if Tank does decide to retire or if Tank moves to another weight class. And I don't know if Tank is going to move to another weight class just yet. I think he's going to stay at 35 unless these guys truly don't want the smoke. And he said, okay, you know what? These guys don't want the smoke. Let me see if one of these guys at 140 want it. So that's the only thing I can see happen. But I mean, I see what Tommy said. He said the Shakur versus Andy is an easy fight to make.
Yeah.
That could be the next fight for Shakur if they don't get the Williams Zepeda fight. That could be the next fight for Shakur.
I'd rather see that than Zepeda fight. Free.
Man, they not fit to serve Andy up to damn Shakur. They not fit to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they will or they won't. I know they want to fight Keyshawn. I know Eddie Hearn and Andy Cruz want that Keyshawn fight. I don't know if Keyshawn is going to take that fight. But Andy Cruz is right there. He's right there. I think
I would love to see that.
Number 2 and number 3 in the WBC. I think he's number 2 or number 3. So he's right there.
I think with Keyshawn and Andy, bro, I think it'll be a totally different story in the pros than what it was in the damn amateurs and the Olympics.
Me too, Dub.
I think it's a total different story.
You know what I just thought about? It just hit me. We talking about all these other guys that Tank should call out or might call out. There's one guy that we forgot all about that Tank Davis might end up calling out. We haven't mentioned him at all.
Who?
And that's Raymond Muratalla.
He's not gonna fight Muratalla.
Yeah.
Muratalla over at Top Rank. And
it doesn't matter. But
they're not gonna make that fight.
Bob wants to deal with Tank Davis. You saw he tried to do the Loma fight. He wants to deal with Tank Davis.
He know he can get money back from that free. Bob likes money, so
Bob is not real big on Raymond Muratalla. Yeah, that's one of his upcoming fighters, but he's not real big on Raymond Muratalla. Like
I don't want to see that.
But the problem is because what is gonna go down. But Bob, in this situation, Bob, I personally believe he's not calling the shots with an individual like Andy Cruz. I think it's more of his quote unquote stepson and then damn matchmakers. And one thing that we've seen, and with Raymond Muratalla as well, one thing that we've seen, they'll serve up an individual who done took a couple L's and like a Lomachenko, they'll serve you up. They want them to win, but at the end of the day, they'll give you that. But the young fighters, they're not putting them in the ring with nobody like Tank early. They're going away from that, and they're gonna make sure that they get the most out of them young guys that they can get before they put them in big fights. We seen it with hold on, correct me if I'm wrong. We seen it with Bud Crawford. That's exactly what happened with Bud.
That's Bud though. That's Bud, and there was different circumstances with Bud, so I can't really use Bud as an example because there was different circumstances with Bud. But with Raymond Muratalla, we know he's not using Raymond Muratalla like he look at all the other upcoming prospect because we haven't seen Raymond Muratalla back in the ring since he fought daggone Tevin Farmer. They done had like 3 or 4 fight cards since then. He hasn't
He
been
ain't
back in
been
the ring
active.
since then.
He ain't been active.
That's
He ain't
crazy.
been
That's what I'm
active.
saying. So if Tank Davis happens to call him out, because I forgot all about him, but if
Yeah.
Tank Davis happened to call him out, I think they might let him go over there and fight Tank.
Well,
I
it
don't want to see
depends where
that.
the fight at. It depends. I don't know. I don't see it happening.
I don't want to see
think they're
that.
gonna. I don't think they're gonna serve Muratalo up. But hey, if they do make that fight, I wouldn't be mad at it. I wouldn't be mad at it at all.
I like the fight. I mean, I know people's they're gonna crap on the fight because it's not one of the fighters that they want him to fight.
They don't know shit
but
about
I
boxing.
like the fight.
Most of them don't know shit about boxing anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I like the fight though.
It's
I
not a
think
bad
that's
fight in
a good
itself, but I just don't think it. I don't want to see it really particular. But if it happens, I'm gonna watch because it's Tank. But I don't really care to see that either.
Man,
I
Raymond
ain't
Murtaza,
picky, man.
I don't know.
Like I
I
said,
don't know what you've been watching, but Raymond
that's just
Murtaza can fight. Now,
Yeah, he can rumble. I
ain't
said it's a
gonna
good fight, but I don't really. I don't. That guy's been out of the ring too long, man. If Tank will spark him out quick.
And I will say I agree with what Tommy said in the chat. That man Raymond Muratalo big as hell, bro. He bigger than a
Yeah, he
motherfucker.
big. Yeah, he a big young boy.
I just don't see that fight happening. I don't see that happening.
Yeah, I don't see that coming.
I mean, then again, maybe Tank pull the rug from under Shakur's feet and call out Williams Zepeda.
Whew. That'll be fine. I wouldn't mind that fight. I wouldn't mind taking Williams Zepeda. Williams Zepeda gonna get knocked out.
You know what?
But I wouldn't mind.
How about to say, man, that fight ain't going past 6.
I think that might end up happening. Because Williams Zepeda hasn't said nothing about Tank Davis. Remember, I said Williams Zepeda is the only one that's getting a pass because he was number 1 in every sanctioning body.
And ducked all the smoke.
I'm about to say he ain't fighting nobody.
That nigga ducked all the smoke.
That man went into hibernation, boy.
Hey, look, they be talking about, they be talking about, man, Williams Zepeda got the damn record for punches thrown in a lightweight. All right, that's fine. Go in there throwing them crazy ass punches if you want to. You're going to get your hand knocked out.
It's going to be a counter left hand that come out of nowhere, boy. He ain't going to see it, and it's going to be shattered glass.
Not only would that be a good fight, but that also will be another chess move that Tank Davis just pulled on Shakur. He took one of the fights that you wanted.
Taking pieces off the board.
Yeah, so that's another chess move. He took one of the fights that you wanted, and I mean, for the most part, we all believe that Tank Davis is going to smoke Williams Zepeda. So Williams Zepeda gets knocked out by Tank Davis.
Quick,
Shakur, you gonna go fight Williams Zepeda instead of fighting Tank Davis?
Hell no, you can't.
Yeah, he cooked.
Make the fight happen, man. Y'all, I gotta ask, and I want for the panel. What's going on with these fighters ducking the way they ducking? I remember the days.
It's crazy, man.
I remember the day when if there was somebody in your weight division that was any type of decent, that's who you wanted to fight. I want to fight the best. I remember them.
What's going on, GD?
What is going on with this? What we seeing?
These young boys be ducking and dodging, man. They turn into DuckTales, Darkwing Duck, whatever kind of duck you want to call them. These boys just be, man, I ain't never seen nothing like it. Because I come from where, like you said, where they want to fight the best. Oh, he the best? Oh, let me pull up on him then. Then it'd be a fight. Now these kids don't want to lose O's. They want to get money. They want to fight once a year. Just when they run out of money, they want to come back and drive Lamborghinis and stuff. These kids, these young bulls don't want to fight, man.
I think what it is being though that Turkey has got into the game, I think he's making it easier for these guys to get bags without having to take the toughest route.
What?
Now, some of these guys,
I don't agree with that.
You out of order.
Listen. Let me finish what I'm saying before y'all cut in. Some of these fights are 50-50 fights. Some of these fights that Turkey put on are 50-50 fights. But for the vast majority, these fights ain't 50-50 fights that Turkey putting on. They're not 50-50 fights. You telling me that fight that Shakur had was a 50-50 fight?
It was it before Floyd Schofield.
Original fight.
Hold on. Yeah, the
original fight.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Before Schofield pulled out, I didn't think it was 50-50. I thought it was probably
No.
Okay,
the original fight. Joe Cordina.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't no 50-50 fight.
Exactly.
Okay,
that
then.
wasn't a 50 fight. That was the original fight. He
But-
got Kid Schofield.
But that's one fight though. That's one fight. The problem is the rest of that card were 50-50 fights.
No, you're not listening to what I'm saying. And the rest of that card wasn't 50-50 fights.
What wasn't a 50-50 fight?
No, that it wasn't 50-50 fights. The rest of that
Well, I
card
feel like that
50-50 fights.
Madrimov and Virgil was 50-50.
There was some 50-50 fights on that card, but the rest of that card
Which
wasn't
ones
50-50.
weren't? Which ones, in your opinion, Free, weren't 50-50? I'm gonna do it this way. Do you think Buatsi and Callum Smith were 50-50? I thought it was.
No, I didn't. I had Callum Smith winning that fight. Before that fight even
Buatsi was the favorite in that fight.
But now Free has been saying it. Free's been saying that for a couple of weeks now.
I don't care that he was the favorite. I thought he was going to get beat, and he did.
Yeah,
I thought he was going to get beat, and he did.
I thought that was a 50-50.
I can back him. I can back on that. Free had no confidence in that. He always had Caleb Smith.
I'm not saying whether he had confidence. I'm saying I still.
But basically, to answer your question, is Free personally never thought that was a 50. The way he sounded like he didn't feel like it because he had damn, what's
Callum
Smith?
Yeah,
he like Caleb Smith just couldn't lose. That's the way he was talking. So I'm just saying. So I get it, but I agree with you though, Dub. I feel like all of the fights were 50-50. Even though D Free might not feel like that Caleb Smith was a 50-50, I felt like it was.
Now,
was Zane Caballero, was that a 50-50 fight?
I said it was.
No.
I said it was.
Hold on. Whose favorite was that fight in?
In my opinion, I thought Zane was the favorite.
I thought it was a 50-50 fight, and I picked against Zane.
No, you might have thought it was a 50 fight, but you asking my opinion, and
Agreed.
I said no. I said no. I
disagree with him. I disagree with him.
All I'm gonna say is this, Free. If you telling me that you saying that it was it wasn't a 50-50 fight, the percentage was more towards Zane, you out of order. You out of order. I'm just gonna tell you the truth. You out of order. And
whatever you want to say, but my opinion is my opinion. But like you asking me, do I think those was 50-50
So what
fights?
did you?
No,
what chance did you give Caballero in that fight?
I gave Caballero a 40% chance of winning. I gave Zane 60%.
Okay.
I thought Zane was going to be the better fighter, but he proved me wrong. I'm not afraid to admit that I was wrong.
No. It ain't about you being wrong. I ain't got no problem with that.
But see, this is the thing. The way the fight planned out, that's how the fights planned out. But looking at the fights right off the bat, it was a lot of those cards. I mean, a lot of those fights wasn't 50-50. A lot of those fights wasn't 50-50. Now, they might have planned out to show that it was a 50-50 fight or this guy was better than the odds against him. But looking at the card, it wasn't a 50-50 fight. Like, people had Joseph Parker beating Daniel Dubois.
Right.
I had Daniel Dubois winning. But I didn't say that was a 50-50 fight. I said it was like 45-55. And I thought
you nitpick. Now you nitpick.
Yeah, I about to say that's a little. I got that's definitely
man.
Free slick, boy.
I'm saying 50-50 where there's an even chance of either guy winning. That's 50-50. It's an even chance. I thought that Daniel Dubois would knock out Joseph Parker. I didn't think that Joseph Parker would knock out Daniel Dubois. I think the only way Joseph Parker was to win is if he would somehow be able to outbox Daniel Dubois. I don't think that he would.
Do you still want to see the fight, Free? I want to see the fight still. I'm impressed with Joseph Parker.
Yeah, because I think that fight that he had with Mark Bacoli was fixed.
Hold on, hey, Free. Did you see your punch land? Did you see it land?
Man, I saw that punch raise the top of his head.
It barely touched the damn.
Well, I didn't go back and look at that. I didn't look at it.
Man, I watched that punch like 7-8 times back to back. And I ain't never barely maybe the tip of his glove clipped him a little bit, but for that man to be stumbling around the damn ring,
I don't know, man. That looked kind of real the way he was drunk, though, Dub. Man, you don't just dance like that as a big.
You got
ain't that much selling in the world. That mother look drunk for real.
Dog, you gotta sell it.
Y'all could be right though. I didn't watch it like 7 or 8 times like that. I might have saw it like 2 or 3 times, but I wasn't looking for.
Go back.
That shit didn't look like it landed to me.
Go look at the replay, dog. The punch grazed the top.
Y'all making it sound like it was Mike Tyson and Bruce Seldon.
That's what it looked like.
That's what it looked like.
Oh, come on.
What are you talking?
I ain't gonna argue with you because I ain't watching as much as you. So
I try my best to be fair and honest. I try my best to be fair and honest.
I ain't gonna argue with you because I only watched it 2 or 3 times.
I'm gonna tell you like this: the vast majority believe that fight was fixed.
Really?
They out of order, man. Well, that's crazy. That was out of order.
That's crazy.
And for the man, I mean,
I'm telling you,
and
the
then for
vast
him to
majority
end up
believe
in the
that.
hospital, why was he in the hospital?
That man was in the hospital because he ate too much after the fight.
Right.
That man had to get his
Like,
stomach
Crazy.
out.
We're not gonna. So y'all just tossing Bacoli away now. That's what's happening right now.
No,
Is
I
he
No,
didn't.
we're
done?
not throwing him
I didn't say.
away.
I didn't say I'm throwing him away. I just said
Just
the
saying it
fight was
looked
fixed.
fixed. It looked. It,
I gotta go back
it
and
looked
check
like the
that out.
fix was in.
Now I gotta look to see if the FBI need to get involved with this because I gotta go back and look at it now.
Well,
'cause
the
this-
FBI, the FBI can't work in Saudi Arabia, but maybe the CIA.
That's
can.
very true, but they
Let's
can
put
get
it-
them judges when they come back.
And
CIA
then
over there.
and then you got another fight in that whole situation that was fixed. That daggone Carlos Adonis.
Yeah,
that was
That
nasty.
fight was fixed.
That was a
What was
fixed
that
fight.
one scorecard that I hate? Free. It was a 110, 190. What was that one? That was,
118, 110.
yeah. What was that? What was that fight? What, refresh
that
my
was that
memory.
fight. That was
That was
I
that
think that
fight.
was the Carlos Adonis fight.
Okay, yeah, that was just disgusting. That was just
Like,
nasty work.
Who the hell? Who the hell were these judges?
Like I'm like, where these do? Like
No.
we need. To, I want to go see. We
All
got to
of
do
these
something about
judges-
that. We should get these judges
all-
in trouble.
All these judges was hired by Turkey. It was all hired by Turkey.
Were they from there, Free? Or they? What was? Do you know?
no.
No.
They
They
wasn't from there.
they were international judges, but
Okay, but were they were from like different countries?
yeah,
Whatnot?
but
Okay.
the problem is when you watch Turkey, walk up to the damn judges, see what the scorecard is, go report that to an individual corner, and then what we seen as far as fight fans, we didn't see it as no damn draw. We everybody I done talked to clearly saw Carlos Adames winning that fight, and then for it to come out to be a draw after all of that. It's diabolical, and we gotta question that man. We gotta question.
This is a sick Negro.
Oh, now you out of order, now BVO. You out of order.
Yeah, I saw Carlos Adonis winning that fight, and I had picked Shiraz to win that fight from the
I
beginning.
picked Shiraz too.
I thought he was going to win, but I saw Carlos Adonis won that fight. I was like, okay, yeah, Carlos Adonis won this.
It wasn't even close.
They said it was a majority draw. I was like, what?
It wasn't even a close fight. It wasn't close at all. I scored the fight 9-3. I scored it 9-3. It possibly one round that was a swing round. If you want to give that to Shiraz, then 8-4. Okay, that's fine. I'm okay with it. But it wasn't a close fight.
But they made it seem like the bull only won 1 and 2 rounds. That was nasty.
It's no more than 4 rounds that man won. No more.
Yeah.
I'm like, dog, there's no way in the world that fight was a draw. This man Shiraz wasn't doing anything. He just kept throwing the jab and moving. That's all he did. Do the jab here and there and move.
He missed all. So we used to seeing him fight behind the jab, but then also being able to land them big hooks, right? Them big shots. And when first off he was missing his damn jab, he stopped throwing the jab, and then when he wanted to when he wanted to hook off the damn jab, Carlos Adames up about a movement was just incredible, and all you see was the man flailing away. The man was missing punches left and fucking right, man. Like I don't understand.
Oh, hold on.
I'm gonna be honest with you. On that fight card, the only fight that on that entire card, the only fight that was truly a 50-50 fight was the main event. That's the only one that was truly.
I disagree.
50-50 fight. You out of order. You out of order.
I disagree. I disagree.
That's your opinion.
You out of order.
That's your opinion.
I feel like so you feel like the Virgil Madrimov fight was not 50-50? I felt like that was pretty 50-50.
No, it was one way or another, according to the fans. Either you had Virgil washing Magnumov or you had Magnumov washing Virgil. It was
that
one
sounds
way or another.
50-50-ish to me.
No. I'm saying if you ask the fans, they would say no. They got it favored for either Magnumov washing Virgil,
but you pick
might ask Virgil fans, they would say they got Virgil washing Magnumov. It was not 50-50, and neither one of those people eyes. They weren't saying it was a 50-50 fight.
But the thing is even with them saying washing either way, my thing is hey, fight fans gonna say what they're gonna say, but I thought I had that as a 50-50 fight. I picked I picked what's the name to win, but
I picked Madrimov.
Yeah, I picked Madrimov, but I was rooting for Virgil, and I was like, man, this it's gonna be nip and tuck. You feel me? It's gonna be nip and tuck. So I thought that was.
I'm gonna tell you how I know. I'm gonna tell you how I know you didn't have it. I'm gonna tell you how I know you didn't have it 50-50.
How?
What was the reason why? What was the reason why you had Magnumov winning?
because I said that he was gonna walk Virgil into something, and Virgil wasn't gonna remain patient, and Madrimov was gonna walk him into something. That's that's
And
why I picked him to win.
what was the reason that you said Virgil would win this fight?
Say it again.
What was the reason that you said if Virgil win, this is the reason why he will win? What was the reason?
I said Virgil, he's gonna have to be smart, he's gonna have to be calculated, and he can't rush his work. He's gonna have to be patient and fight behind his jab, utilize his body work, and break the man down.
And so you said that you thought Virgil was going to be able to do that?
Not well. I thought Virgil would do that. My only issue with Virgil is I thought he would rush his work, and I thought that Madrimov would set him up and walk him into that overhand right. Like and even one, and this is why I give Robert Garcia so much credit, because everything that I thought would happen, that's what Madrimov wanted to do. But Robert Garcia, if you listen to him in the corner, he broke it down and said he's looking to land, he's looking to counter off your jab with that overhand right. Make sure you're protecting yourself. So I mean, I didn't have no problem with. I thought it was. I still thought it was a 50-50 fight. I thought it was a good fight, but Virgil he was much more smarter and calculated and patient, in my opinion. That's why he won the fight.
That was his best performance today.
Yeah, no, that was his best performance to date for sure. But I just didn't think that it was a 50-50 fight. But like I said, that's my opinion. Y'all have y'all opinion. I'm not mad at it. If y'all thought that most of that card was 50-50, that's cool. But like I said, I think Turkey is making it easy for these guys to get bags without having to take the toughest path. So that's why I think these guys are ducking.
9 times out of 10, I sit here and continue to rock with y'all. But we get it ready for the political show. So I gotta ride. 9:30, if y'all get a chance to pull up.
Yeah, we about to slide. We about to slide over.
Much love and respect, family, man. If y'all don't know, man, this is Sports Talk Network over here. And we doing the work. We covering fights, right? We talking everything sports-wise. Me and Free, we gotta get that draft show together. We gotta get the draft show together.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna cover all of this stuff. And these are some fantastic individuals, smart brothers. So man, it's always a pleasure to rock with y'all, man. It's always a pleasure.
Likewise.
I appreciate everybody coming through. Y'all smash the like button on y'all way out. And thank you once again to our sponsor, Raycon Global. If y'all looking for AirPods, power banks, Bluetooth speakers, go to rayconglobal.com.
Shout out to Raycon Global.
And I will be back tomorrow. And don't forget to check Crush in the morning at 6 o'clock, 6:30. And Crush got another fire show going on in the morning. And if y'all free, go over to Dub right side. We about to head over there and get ready for this political show. I appreciate all y'all, and we out. Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching BVO. And if you're down with BVO, subscribe and join the community.